Hello everyone, welcome back to another Morgan's Movie Collection video. It is part 2 of the Horror Haul of October 2022. So definitely make sure, if you haven't already, go and check out part 1 from a couple of weeks ago, where we went through a whole bunch of, were they 88 slasher movies? That's 88 films, slasher movies, not actually 88 slasher movies. That would be very over the top. I'm not going quite that over the top. I'll admit I've gone quite over the top for this entire year, really, with my movie collecting, which is exciting. I'm very excited, of course, as I always am. But no, we had 88 film slasher movies last time. We had Second Sight, a whole bunch of Second Sight 70s and 80s horror movies. It was fun. I think we had 10 total movies last time. We've got 9 today that I all bought in the same trip, in the same kind of pick-up session, as I, for some reason, like to call them, earlier this month, at the beginning of October. 9 more horror movies today. We have 3 from 101 Films, 3 from Network, and 3 Studio Canal releases. In different vein, I've separated what was in part 1 and what is in this part 2 today for a reason. I didn't just kind of randomly do it. So I hope, I suppose that makes more sense. It makes more sense to me. Whether it makes more sense to anybody else, I don't know. I'm just going to have a drink. It's always nice to just chill and have a drink. It is. It's wonderful. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on and start with 3 101 Films releases, which are a company, 101, that I only owned one release of before these 3. They don't have a enormous amount of movies on their site, of releases themselves. They're very, very cult movies, which, when it comes to me, I am perhaps a little bit picky when it comes to cult movies. I certainly like many cult movies, or what you'd consider kind of cult movies. But I'm not necessarily, inclined to blind buy cult movies, as opposed to kind of like blind buy old noir or something like that. I'm not as likely to. But I'm thankful for 101. I think they're a great company with great releases, for the ones that I do actually have. And certainly these ones here, these 3. So the first one is David Cronenberg's Rabid from 1977, which I have watched in between, me getting and recording this. It's a really interesting movie. I've watched a few more Cronenberg movies in the past couple of months, and I really did like this. About kind of a rabies virus that goes, a bit too extreme. It gets a little bit nasty. It gets a little bit, kind of obvious body horror Cronenberg. It's David Cronenberg again, very early in his career, 1977, telling everybody to not mess with their natural bodies, because it will cause horrific things to happen, as does in this movie, where our lead, who is our lead in this, is Marilyn Chambers. Marilyn Chambers kind of grows. She's in a motorcycle accident. The nearest hospital is a plastic surgery surgery, I guess. And she kind of goes there for some skin graft type things. So she ends up fine, but she ends up with like a weird bloodthirsty growth kind of thing in her armpit that drains the blood out of people and causes a big rabies virus to start occurring. It's weird. It's Cronenberg. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it quite a lot, actually. Features. I'll read the back, actually, because that's probably better. When Rose suffers terrible injuries in a motorcycle crash, she undergoes experimental surgery at a nearby clinic involving genetically modified skin grafts. The revolutionary procedure proves successful, but leaves Rose with a strange organ protruding from her armpit and an insatiable thirst for human blood. As Rose sets out to satisfy her cravings, she leaves a trail of insane and uncontrollably aggressive victims, while the authorities struggle to contain the unknown virus. Perfect, yes. It's got a really good amount of features to this as well, like that. It's a really, really good amount of features. You get documentaries on Canadian horror movies, because obviously it's Cronenberg, it's Canadian horror. Commentaries, a commentary with Cronenberg, a commentary with William Beard, the author of a book on Cronenberg. Like, there's like 4 different commentaries. It's insane. That is bizarre. 4 different commentaries. So you get that is really impressive. I like that. Yeah, an interview or interviews, including one with Cronenberg, a documentary on Cronenberg from 1999, an interview with executive producer Ivan Reitman, who, yes, you wouldn't put Ivan Reitman's name on a movie like this, but he did executive produce this, and a trailer. It's really, really good. Really, really good features. As well as, like, yeah, this kind of feature documentary thing at the beginning, which is, yeah, all about Canadian horror movies. It's really, really good, actually. I'll definitely have to check out some of the features on that, because I really did like the movie. Rabid, 1977. There you go. Next up is a movie that, did we cover this on Morgan Hasn't Seen? I think we did, in kind of a Decades of Horror series or something like that. It's Prom Night from 1980. Yes. This is proper slasher goodness. It's not great, but it's great as a slasher movie, and that's kind of what slasher movies are. I may just rewatch this again. Before the month is up, because I did enjoy it. I did like Prom Night. Yeah, your features you get on here, a documentary on The Final Girl, an interview with director Paul Lynch, commentaries, 2 different commentaries with various people, including one with the director and the screenwriter. You get the Making of Prom Night featurette, collection of additional scenes added for TV, outtakes, that's fun, outtakes, you gotta love that. Stills gallery, radio spots, trailers, TV spots, all the great stuff that you would expect. Bunch of features again, really, really nice release from 101. I like this a lot. I think I have got a couple more 101 releases on my various wish lists from various kind of Blu-ray companies, but I'm certainly happy with what I do have from 101, definitely. But yes, Prom Night, great movie, great slasher movie. And now a movie that I haven't seen, a movie that I really do want to see, a movie that I'm led to believe is really nasty. As a slasher movie, another slasher movie from 1984, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Renowned for having people up in arms for having Santa kill people, when it's really just a dude in a Santa suit killing people, not actually Santa. I've always adored this poster for Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think it's brilliant as a horror movie poster. I love it so much. I've never seen the movie. I still haven't seen the movie. I now own the movie. I want to watch the movie. I'm going to wait until December. I'm going to wait until actual Christmas to watch this movie, I think. I mean, all you need to know, yeah, it's a psychotic man dressed as Santa. It's a slasher movie. There's nothing massively deep about this one. It's not quite as thoughtful as something like Rabid. This one actually comes with it's a 4K scan. You get a trailer with it, a VHS trailer, TV spots, radio spots. You get, that's with the theatrical version, by the way. That's a 4K scan of the theatrical version. You also get the unrated version in 4K as well. You get by the looks of it, a whole documentary on Silent Night, Deadly Night, featuring interviews with writers, executive producers, second unit directors, all these kind of things, composer, actors, quite a number of interviews as well, a location featurette, commentaries, 2 different commentaries, audio interview with the director, Santa's Stocking of Outrage. What the hell's that for a feature? I mean, I'm very intrigued by Santa's Stocking of Outrage. What on earth could that be? A poster and stills gallery as well. Massive amounts of stuff on this release. 101, Silent Night, Deadly Night. These 3 101 releases I am so happy with. So happy I've got them. Love it. Just, yes. All the yes. Anyway, we have 3 from Network as well, who are specialise very, very much in British movies. Some old British movies, like small, old, kind of maybe unseen British movies, almost British cult movies sometimes as well, but also British horror. What better British horror do you get than Hammer movies? Or what more iconic British horror? You don't really. And there is 2 Hammer movies in this, as well as some Hammer movies to come later on. I think all but one of the ones we're talking about now are indeed Hammer movies. So let's start with the one that isn't, which is this. The Dark Eyes of London, in this beautiful slipcase, which is a limited edition release because of this slipcase. It is really nice. I mean, it does not do it justice on this ridiculous camera. It's such good quality. The text is embossed. It's Bela Lugosi who stars in this movie. This design on the back is embossed on this face. It's really, really beautiful. I love that as a slipcase, and it's unusual for Network actually, because they have the thinner cases like the 88 slashers did in part 1 of this, but this one is kind of a full size case with this, like I just said, beautiful slipcase, and that is the inside of the movie. There you go, Bela Lugosi in The Dark Eyes of London from, is it 43? Something like that, I think. 1939. There you go. 1939. I'll read the back. It says, the definitive British horror film and a worthy successor to his work on the Universal Monsters movies. Screen icon Bela Lugosi takes centre stage as a demented doctor on a killing spree in The Dark Eyes of London, the first British film to receive the H censor rating for being horrific for public exhibition. Adapted from a novel by Edgar Wallace, this landmark British film is featured here as a brand new high-definition restoration from original film elements in its original theatrical aspect ratio. A series of mysterious drownings in the Thames set Scotland Yard on the ghoulish trail of one of London's most sinister murderers. Yes, who doesn't want this? This is great. This is not going to be the most phenomenal movie ever. It's a Bela Lugosi vehicle. It's Britain going, we'll have some of Bela Lugosi. Let's put him in this. And I can imagine it's just going to quite simply do the job. And this is what it should be doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a game changer. Just give me what we like about Lugosi movies, and I've got every faith that this one will. I'm definitely going to watch this before the month is up, because it's really not very long either. I think it's only about 75 minutes or something like that. But The Dark Eyes of London, I even love this. I even love this design here. Features-wise here, you get an audio commentary with Kim Newman and Stephen Jones, which is lovely. You get a discussion with Kim Newman and Stephen Jones on Lugosi's work in Britain, which is quite nice. You get the US titles, the US trailer, image gallery, and a booklet. It comes with a booklet as well, so yes, inside it comes with art cards. I forgot it came with art cards. It comes with art cards as well. This is even better, isn't it? Look at these. This is great. I think they're international posters art cards as well, so it's just beautiful. I can't wait. Can't wait to eventually put all these art cards I have up. And yes, a little booklet as well there. But yeah, it's just so nice. I just like it. I mean, even the background on the inside of the case is a separate design. What a great release this is. What a great release this is. I'm so happy to have this. It's releases like this, it's movies like this that get such good treatment from Blu-ray companies that I just can't help massively admiring. And I really felt like I had to get this. And what drew me into getting it was that. For a front cover. I mean, it's just so... What is it? It's The Dark Eyes of London. What is The Dark Eyes of London? You don't know. You don't know, because it doesn't tell you there. It just has that face. Intrigue. Excitement. Yes. Hammer. All the hammer is coming down. Hammer is hammering down on us now. And let's start with Twins of Evil from Network, with Peter Cushing, 1971, is it? Yes. Twins of Evil. It's a Hammer movie. Two really beautiful twin girls kill people. That's the point. Again, Hammer movies, they just do the job that they're supposed to do, don't they? Near enough all the time. Even the slightly bad ones. They just do the job they're supposed to do. And Twins of Evil does that. Twins of Evil does that. Features you get with this. You don't get as many features with these kind of smaller network ones here. You get the original trailers and TV spots. You get a deleted scene. Image galleries. You get some PDF material. So whether you want to go put it in your laptop and search through what it has, I don't know what it would have. It also comes with a booklet. So yeah, you get a little booklet with this one of Twins of Evil. A nice little design though. I mean, you can't fault this. Network, they might not be the most glamorous kind of releases or cases. Then again, I've just, waxed lyrical for 5 minutes about The Dark Eyes of London, which is a Network release, but this is a more typical one. So you get this thinner case with just quite a standard looking spine. I mean, they go together really well because it's all very uniform. But no, you can't fault them because they seek out and release so much underseen great British movies, which are great. This is what you want. You want more of this stuff. I do have plenty more that I want from Network as well, because they do not just do horror, but they pretty much, I'm fairly certain, exclusively deal in British movies. But Twins of Evil there. There's a whole bunch of stuff from Network as well. There's a really wide variety of stuff. And then again from Network is another Hammer, Hands of the Ripper. Yes. I mean, look at the covers are just perfect, aren't they? I mean, again, They are Hammer movies that do the job. Exactly the same situation. In fact, let's read the back of Twins of Evil. Let's read the back. Directed with characteristic style and energy by cult filmmaker John Huff, maybe? I don't know. Twins of Evil combines the signature Hammer elements of supernatural horror, black humour, and fabulously lurid sensuality. Featuring another stand-up appearance from Peter Cushing, Twins of Evil also stars Kathleen Byron, Isabel Black, and Dennis Price, with Playboy playmates Mary and Madeline Collinson as the twins. Featuring an all-time classic score by Harry Robinson, Twins of Evil is presented here in high-definition transfer from the original film elements in its as exhibited theatrical aspect ratio. Glamorous identical orphan twins Maria and Frida move from Vienna to the town of Karnstein to take up a new life with their submissive aunt and grim uncle, a fanatical Puritan and leader of witch-hunting religious sect, who is determined to kill his nemesis, Count Karnstein, a devil-worshipping libertine who has been turned into a vampire. How could you not love that? It just works. And then Hands of the Ripper, titles that are just phenomenal. A quintessential Hammer horror movie from director Peter Sasdy. Hands of the Ripper is a fascinating and terrifying spin on the Jack the Ripper legend, featuring outstanding performances from both Eric Porter as a doctor investigating a series of grisly murders, and Angharad Rees as the pretty frail murder suspect. Hands of the Ripper is featured here in high-definition transfer made from original film elements in its as-exhibited theatrical aspect ratio. When a fake psychic is gorily murdered, Dr. John Pritchard cannot bring himself to believe that the only suspect, a girl called Anna, is capable of such an awful act. Pritchard takes her into his care, but as further horrific murders take place, can he act in time to stop the trail of slaughter? Yes. Features, you get a commentary, again featuring Kim Newman and Stephen Jones. Theatrical trailer, you get what looks like a little featurette there. Image galleries and a commemorative booklet as well. So yes, there is the booklet inside. Lovely. Hands of the Ripper. And now, finally, we have three more Hammer movies, 3 Studio Canal Hammer movies, 3 very pretty to look at releases, because they're all of the same aesthetic style, and I just like looking at these 3 next to each other. And they are really quite good releases. They've got, quite a good array of extras on them. Even though, like, Studio Canal are a little bit, obviously, more of a mainstream Blu-ray distributor. They're not one of the smaller, boutiques or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. This is, if you're releasing good movies in good ways, then brilliant. But just take another drink. We have, first off, Dracula Prince of Darkness with Christopher Lee. I mean, all the covers of these, there's plenty more Hammer movies from Studio Canal that are of this style. But I did just have 3. These were the 3 that kind of jumped out to me the most from what was there on offer. Dracula Prince of Darkness, Christopher Lee, obviously, Barbara Shelley, and Andrew Keir. 1966, the second Christopher Lee Dracula movie, after, obviously, Horror of Dracula, or Dracula 1958, whatever you want to call it. In this one, you get a commentary with Christopher Lee, Susan Farmer, Francis Matthews, and Barbara Shelley. You get super 8mm behind-the-scenes footage. You get an episode from World of Hammer about Christopher Lee. You get a brand new documentary called Back to Black. Presumably that is about Dracula, or Christopher Lee returning to Dracula. A restoration comparison and a restored original trailer in this one. This is also a slipcover which is objectively nicer than having this massive blue double play thing on it, which we don't really like. 2 discs, and yeah, just this really nice slipcover that I just love. It's great. Dracula, Prince of Darkness. And in the exact same set and mould, we have Rasputin the Mad Monk, a movie I've always wanted to see and never have done because it looks weird, and I'm kind of into Rasputin and that era of Russian history. It just seems weird to me. And it's obviously going to be massively historically inaccurate, but why not? Christopher Lee here is Rasputin. Barbara Shelley is in this one as well as Richard Pascoe, and again this one's kind of blue, but in a similar turquoisey, but in a similar style to the red of Prince of Darkness there. Feature-wise in this, you get 2 brand new documentaries about the one, or I should say one about the making of this movie, and one about Hammer novelizations. Okay. You get another episode of World of Hammer on costumers. You get a gallery. You get a commentary with Christopher Lee, Barbara Shelley, Francis Matthews, and Susan Farmer. And you get an alternate aspect ratio version, 2:55:1, which is interesting when things are in different aspect ratios purposely. I wonder what that's actually quite like. But there you go. Rasputin the Mad Monk. Again, this will be 2 discs. Have this unfortunate blue thing at the top. Oh, but this 2 disc comes in a flip thing. But it's just like that. What a lovely image of Christopher Lee that is on that disc. Look at that. And finally, we have what I think actually a lot of people consider to be the best Hammer horror movie. Not, maybe not as famous as your horror of Dracula, your Curse of Frankenstein, your Christopher Lee's The Mummy, or things like this. But I think, it's tough to argue against the quality of The Devil Rides Out. It is a wonderful movie. Christopher Lee, Charles Gray. Charles Gray is the leader of the kind of Satanist cult. Christopher Lee actually not playing a villain in this movie. It's just really, really good. Like, some of those, like Rasputin the Mad Monk, okay, I'm not expecting to be like a brilliantly phenomenal movie. Twins of Evil, Hands of the Ripper, of course, they're kind of, they're more typical, you know what you're going to get kind of Hammer movies. But this firmly holds high as a really top-tier Hammer movie. It is brilliant. It has been a long time since I've seen The Devil Rides Out as well, so I'm excited to rewatch this and own it finally as well. In, again, just this really nice looking edition from Studio Canal. Features you get here, you get 3 brand new documentaries. One on this movie, one on restoring this movie, and one on Dennis Wheatley at Hammer. You get another episode of World of Hammer, which is just entitled Hammer, so I presume that's just about the company. You get a gallery, you get a commentary, again with Christopher Lee, Sarah Lawson, and Marcus Hearn. Yes, it's really good. It's really good. I might actually read the back of this one. The debonair Duke... I can't... For some reason, my French has gone. Duke de Richelieu has been trusted with the care of his deceased friend's son, Simon Aaron. The Duke discovers that the young man has been seduced into joining a satanic cult headed by the diabolical Mokata, who is intent on making Simon one of the devil's disciples. Having rescued Simon from a bloody ritual, Derishlu is pursued by Mokata, who will stop at nothing to destroy the Duke and his friends, even summoning the Angel of Death himself. Starring Christopher Lee in one of his personal favourite roles and based on the celebrated novel by Dennis Wheatley, The Devil Rides Out is one of Hammer's most accomplished and thrilling mystery horrors, and that is a pretty apt description. The Devil Rides Out. Wonderful stuff. I'm so excited. 9 more great movies there. I mean, I'm even more excited because I know what the next movie collection video is going to be. The next time you see Morgan's movie collection on this YouTube channel, there'll be, well, there might not be an awful lot because I'm going to split it up, but basically, Indicator had a big sale. This is Powerhouse Films, this is their Indicator series, this is my favourite Blu-ray company. They had a big sale, and boy did I get an awful lot of stuff from it for a really good price, and I was very happy with myself. They're all actually sitting just behind the camera, so as I'm looking there now, hello, I can see some of them, and it's exciting for me. It's very, very exciting. I've got so much. It's great. That is what is coming next on Morgan's movie collection, of course. And but yeah, there you go. Part 1, Part 2. These are the horror 2022 or October 2022 horror pickups from me to add to my ever-growing and ever-wonderful movie collection. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about these movies if you like them. Let me know if you're interested in some of these movies from what I've said. What you think about the releases themselves. Anything like that in the comments, of course. Subscribe, ding the notification bells on this YouTube channel for all the stuff we have on here. These videos, reviews, retro trailer reactions, Monday Madness every week, whole bunch of stuff, watch-alongs, whole bunch of stuff we have on the YouTube channel. There is a Patreon link and a donation link in the description as well if you would like to support us. That way we can't do what we do without that generous support of our wonderful It's a Wonderful Podcast Patreons or patrons. I can never get the right grammatical word out, can I? Terrible. But yes, subscribe, ding the notification bells here, and subscribe to the podcast feed on all your major podcast platforms as well for Monday Madness Morgan Hasn't Seen, and the main show, It's a Wonderful Podcast, every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yes. Until next time, it won't be that long, because I am super excited to get really stuck in to all of my Indicator sale movies. It's so exciting for me. So it will not be that long until the next one. But until then, thank you for watching. Goodbye.